Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be taking a look at and unboxing the brand new Fujifilm X-T5. Now I am so excited to unbox this because this is going to be my very first professional level camera. I've been shooting on the Fujifilm X-H2 for about 2 years now and the X-E4 for a little less, but it's not to say that those two cameras aren't good anymore. They're still fantastic cameras. I just really wanted to get my hands on the new generation of flagship cameras from Fujifilm, the X-T5 being 1 out of 3. So yeah, we're going to be unboxing this and of course testing it out, and I'm going to talk about why I decided to go for the X-T5 over the X-H2s and the X-H2. So let's get started. Okay, documentation, we're gonna put this aside. Alright. And there she is, the Fujifilm X-T5, and she's looking good. So obviously I got this in the silver color. Silver Argent is the official name of this color variant. I actually wanted to buy black because my Fujifilm cameras are also black, but this was the only one in stock, and finding stock is actually really hard. It's a bit of a challenge now. So yeah, I bought this and I am not disappointed. I think it looks really good, and the color actually came out a little darker than I was expecting, which I do like. So yeah, in terms of the overall design, there isn't really all that much that's new because this looks like pretty much any other XT flagship, the X-T4, the X-T3, and so on. The main star of the show is that sensor. So let's open that up real quick. This is the brand new X-Trans 540 megapixel sensor, the same one that you can find on the more expensive X-H2. So yeah, very excited to test out such a high megapixel sensor that I'm probably never gonna be able to fully utilize. But yeah, so as I said earlier, it's pretty much the same as older XT flagships, but the X-T5 does lean a little more towards the X-T3 because of that flip up screen. So sorry video shooters, no fully articulating screen for you. I do know that photographers very much prefer this over the flippy screen, but for me personally, I love the flippy screen. As somebody who shoots most of their videos all by themselves 90% of the time, it's just so incredibly convenient to have, you know, visualization of your frame and just make sure that everything is running smoothly. But yeah, I can't really complain because this is marketed as a photo first camera. The articulating screens are found on the more expensive options, the X-H2 and the X-H2s. So yeah, before I get to talking more about the body, let's finish unboxing the contents. So, yep. Okay, so you have a USB-C to C cable for charging. You get an AC adapter for charging as well. So that's nice. That's something you don't usually get with the X-S10 or the X-E. You get the much bigger battery, but let's put this aside for now. So you get a strap as well that's a lot thicker. Feels a lot more premium compared to the ones you get on the less expensive cameras. Of course, you get the USB-C to headphone jack adapter. I have too many of these at this point, and I never usually use them. And you get these kind of heads for the AC adapter, so you can use it in different countries. It depends what region you're from. So that's really nice. This one I can use when I go to Singapore. So actually that's pretty much it. So I'm just gonna put this away in the box. Nope. Let's put it away. Okay, the battery. So this is the newer NPW235 battery, so you can used this on the other flagships and the X-T4 as well as the X-H2. So yeah, this is the older NPW126 that's battery that you can find on every other Fujifilm camera like my XS10. And I am so happy that it has a bigger battery, because this is definitely one of the things that I don't love about my XS10 and my XE4. So yeah, the size difference is quite substantial. So very happy about this. Let's put it in. All right. Obviously, I got the body only because I don't really need another 18 to 55 because I have one right here. Now, this does also ship with the 16 to 80, but I don't know all too much about that lens. But as for the 18 to 55, I think it's a great lens to start with. And honestly, it doesn't feel like a kit. It's just a really good lens overall. Let's put it on. There you go. This is the Fujifilm X-T5 with the XF 18 to 55 f2.8 to f4. So let's talk about the body itself real quick. So classic film style design. You get all these dials up top. You get 3 actually. The one on the left is the ISO dial. The one on the right is your shutter speed and exposure compensation. You also get the shutter button and on and off switch together with a customizable button. Over here you get your tilt up screen. You get buttons here like your erase, your playback, AF1, a dial that you can also press, which is nice. Q button, your joystick, D-pad. On the right you get dual SD card slots, which I'll touch on in a bit. On the left side you get your microphone input, your remote input, and on the bottom door USB-C and micro HDMI. On the bottom you get your quarter 20 thread and battery door. On the front you get another dial that you can press, your tally light, a customizable button, and this one is new to me. It's for your focus, singular, continuous, and manual, which lets you just have more control if you need to change it real quick, which I personally am a big fan of. So yeah, that is pretty much the overall design of the Fujifilm X-T5. Let's go out and take some photos and videos. I had so much fun shooting with the X-T5. Like, this is my first time shooting with a camera like this that has so many dials, but I have to say, I get it. I get it now. Shooting with all of this is so much fun because it really just kind of involves you in the process so much more compared to regular PSAM style DSLR cameras. So yeah, I get it. I did shoot mostly with the XF 18 to 55 kit and my XF 33 f1.4, and the photos turned out great, which isn't surprising by any means because Fujifilm has always been amazing at shooting stills. One thing you do get on the X-T5 that you don't find on the X-T3 and X-T4 is the nostalgic neg film simulation, and I really enjoyed shooting with it. So I actually wasn't able to shoot that much video while I was out, which is a bummer, but yeah, I did notice with a few clips that I do have how much better the video quality overall was, and of course being able to shoot in 4K 60 was awesome. So I'm very much looking forward to shooting more video with this in the future. two things worth noting during my first shoot with the camera was I really enjoyed using the EVF. It's just so much better than my XS10s, and I think it is slightly better than the X-T4s. The second thing would be the battery. So I went out shooting with this one battery and all those photos, all those videos, and I only lost like 1 bar, which is insane because if I used my XS10, I probably would have burned through 2 at the most. But yeah, it's just crazy. Battery life on this is great. So overall, my first shooting experience with the X-T5 was great. But now let's talk about why I chose the X-T5 over the X-H2 and X-H2s. There are a few reasons, and first one would be the price. So this is obviously not a cheap camera, but of the three, it is considered the cheapest. In the US, you can get it for $60.99 before tax, and in the Philippines, you can get it for $109.90. So yeah, again, not cheap by any means, but it is the most affordable of the three. Another reason would be that the X-H2s and the X-H2 are kind of like cinema cameras, which is cool, but it just isn't for me. Like, I was actually pretty set on buying the X-H2s back in August upon release because it was offering so many cool features, like being able to record ProRes RAW internally, being able to shoot 40 frames per second, 4K 120, 6.2K open gate, all of those cool features. But the more I thought about it, I thought like, oh, I probably don't need all of those. I'm probably never gonna record ProRes RAW or any crazy codec or anything like that. I probably don't need the speed, 40 frames per second. Like, what am I gonna shoot? The only thing I was really looking forward to was 4K 120 and being able to shoot in 6.2K open gate so I can record for YouTube and like Reels simultaneously. But yeah, apart from that, it just didn't seem like it was worth all that money just for those two features. So I decided to wait for the X-H2. So with the X-H2, they didn't shoot 4K 120 or open gate. Instead, they put in a 40 megapixel sensor and the ability to shoot in 8K. I don't really see myself shooting in 8K. I don't think I need that, so I waited for the X-T5. So the X-T5 does have the exact same sensor as the X-H2, but it doesn't shoot in 8K. It can only shoot up to 6K, 30 frames per second. But anyway, I felt like I didn't really need the features, the cinema camera-esque features of the two. So yeah. Now another reason why is the SD card slot. So on the X-T5, you get dual SD card slots. On the X-H2s and the X-H2, you get one SD card slot and one CF Express Type B. I just don't see myself buying something like that because it is so expensive. So yeah, this was just another factor. Like, I would rather use SD cards than CF Express Type B cards. So yeah. Those are a few reasons why I decided to go for that. I just felt like the X-T5 would be more than enough for video, even though it is marketed as a photo first camera. So yeah, that is pretty much that for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions regarding the X-T5, leave a comment down below and I will try my best to get back to you. So yeah, stay tuned for the full review and I'll see you in the next one.